My wife and her friends mocked, "Only the elites deserve rooms," but they never saw this coming. They had planned everything meticulously. Resort bookings, excursions, dinner reservations. Except for one small detail. My room. "Where's my room?" I asked calmly. Expecting it to be some mistake we'd laugh about later, she didn't flinch. Instead, she shrugged, her tone dripping with indifference. "You'll manage, right? It's not a big deal." Before I could process that, one of her friends chimed in. "Honestly, only the important people get rooms. It's just how it is. You'll understand." A chorus of laughter followed, each chuckle feeling like a slap. My wife didn't defend me. She sat there silent, as if their words carried no harm. It wasn't the lack of a room that stung. It was the lack of respect. They weren't just excluding me from the vacation. They were erasing me from my role in her life, belittling me in plain sight. "I guess I'll leave then," I said, my voice steady. Their laughter faltered, replaced with surprised glances. My wife blinked, caught off guard, but she didn't stop me. She didn't say a word. I walked out, closing the door behind me. My phone started buzzing immediately, but I ignored it. Their laughter still rang in my ears, but I refused to let it consume me. The first call I finally answered wasn't from my wife. It was from one of her friends. "You're being a bit dramatic, don't you think?" Her voice was syrupy. "It's just a trip. Not everyone gets a room. Besides, the resort has couches. You could sleep there. I'm not coming back," I said, simply, and hung up. Moments later, a video call came through. The same group was huddled on the couch, my wife in the middle. One of them grinned at the screen. "We were just talking about you. Don't be such a buzzkill. Vacations are for the important people in the group, and you're not exactly the star of this one." She laughed, and the others followed. Even my wife. That laugh wasn't malicious, but it wasn't apologetic either. "You're right," I said finally. "I'm not the star of your group. Enjoy the trip." I ended the call. The weight of their mockery lingered, but what stayed with me wasn't the sting of their words. It was that the person I trusted most had chosen her audience over her partner. Later that night, my phone rang again. My wife's voice came through, shaky and panicked. "Where are you? Are you okay?" I was confused by her urgency. "What's going on?" "There's been an accident. One of the girls is hurt badly. We didn't know who else to call," she explained in fragmented sentences. They'd gone out to celebrate after I left. One friend had too much to drink and insisted on driving despite everyone's protests. The car skidded off the road and flipped. The passenger side took the brunt of the impact. "We didn't know what to do," she said, her voice cracking. "You were the only person I could think to call." I stared at my phone for a moment. This group that had laughed at me, dismissed me, and excluded me was now relying on me to clean up their mess. "I'll head over," I said, finally. When I arrived at the crash site, the scene was chaotic. Flashing lights, shattered glass, twisted metal. My wife and her friends were huddled on the shoulder, visibly shaken. One was crying, her makeup streaked. My wife saw me first, relief flooding her face. "You came. What happened?" I asked. My tone clipped. She explained quickly. The friend who'd been driving, the loud one who mocked me earlier, had ignored everyone's warnings. The passenger, one who hadn't spoken much that evening, was now in the ambulance. "You were the only person I could think to call," she repeated. I walked past her toward the paramedics. After confirming the injured friend was being transported to the hospital, I turned back to find her friends staring at me. Their faces, usually smug, were pale and tear-streaked. None of them had anything to say now. At the hospital waiting room, my wife approached me tentatively. "I know I can't fix this tonight, but I need you to know I'm sorry. I didn't stand up for you." I let the silence stretch before responding. "You didn't just exclude me from a trip. You excluded me from your life tonight. Do you have any idea what that felt like?" Her face crumpled. "I was wrong. I let them influence me. I don't know why I acted that way. You can apologize all you want, but words won't erase what happened," I said. "I don't just want to hear that you're sorry. I need to see it." She nodded. "I'll show you. I promise." When the doctor finally came out and confirmed the injured friend would survive, relief swept through the group. But as the others embraced, I realized this night had been a wake-up call, not just for them, but for me. I didn't need their apologies to validate my worth. I had spent the night cleaning up their mess, but I wasn't going to keep doing it. "I'll take you home," I said to my wife. "The rest of you can figure out your own rides." Her friends looked stunned, but no one protested. The drive back was silent. When we pulled into the driveway, I turned to her. "Things need to change, not just for tonight, but for good." She nodded, tears in her eyes. "They will, I swear."